Hello everybody, welcome to the next video of Questmaster Early Access. Now keep in mind this game is currently on Early Access at the time of making this video. This game is available on Steam for just $20, well worth the grab, but if you're not sure this game is right for you, there's a free demo version for you to try out. So let's get started. So guys, a big update has been pushed in yesterday, and of course last week's update wasn't in because the developers decided to take a break. Well, they deserve the break. I mean, they've been working really hard in this game, so a week off isn't so bad. So guys, the update is here. Let's go ahead and pull up the browser since I have it ready, and here it is. There's a bunch of stuff was added to this week's update, so let's go ahead and read them. First off, one condition. A new set of conditions have been added for the case of 1. For example, if just one but not more than one of a given shape is activated, the logic operation equivalent is XOR in case. That's helpful for some. So there's a new function is when one, for example, square true in form appears. So let's go ahead and move down here and look at it. It says here, no exclusive or condition being shown in the context menu. I see. So if one activates, the other one activates, chest disappears. Okay. The chest will appear if only one of the switches is pressed. Right. So whichever is pressed, the chest will appear, as you can see on the picture. Now for the next part right here, diggable hole variant, bottomless hole. A variant of the diggable hole, the bottomless hole, has been added to the game. Instead of being able to dig up an item, for example, you can fall through the bottomless hole after you dig it up. So there's another variant for digging. One for item and one for digging into the next room. As you can see the picture right here, let's watch it in replay. Right. So that's pretty handy actually. Think of it as digging in the graveyard. Alright, so the next part here, new dungeon feature tag, ringless. Prevents taking rings into dungeons. The new ringless feature tag makes a player start with no rings and no ring box when entering the dungeon. Ooh. Well, I do like my rings intact. Well, to be honest, I have been playing some dungeons which makes me almost unkillable in certain situations. Okay, so let's read more about it. You can use it to enforce a consistent gameplay experience if you don't want players to modify their experience through rings. Oh, understandable. Place rings and ring boxes as reward inside your dungeon. Additionally, with ringless enabled, you can place all rings and ring boxes you have unlocked so far in your dungeons. You can use it, for example, as extra progression or in shops to spice things up. In shops, very nice. I do like to make a dungeon to use rings as items to buy if you get the coins. We'll try that in my new dungeon soon. The ringless tag is required to place rings. Understandable. Okay. Next here, at the rings and ring boxes you have unlocked are available to place. So basically, if you have most of the rings available for you to put in your dungeons, it'll show up. Yeah. So pick up rings and then put them inside your ring box, then use them in a dungeon. Okay, the next one is new dungeon feature tag, mapless. New mapless feature tag prevents you to look at the map before you have collected the item. Okay, so that's mighty handy and making people feel like, well, you can't see where you are, and we'll check it out in a moment. In a moment when we have the chance. See, yeah, there's no map available right there. Well, we don't have to look at it. Anyways, new dungeon feature tag, permadeath. Permadeath. Oh, this I gotta read this. The new permadeath feature tag makes it so dying in multiplayer is permanent. Usually, dead players automatically review. More like revive, as I guess he was trying to put. I guess he meant to say revive. After a few seconds with a quarter of a heart. The little typo they made there is meant to say revive, not review. So basically, oh, let's read more about this. Let's see. Revive players with a coffin. With the new permadeath tag, it was required to add a more explicit way to revive players. We took inspiration from games like Donkey Kong Country and Spelunky and implemented the coffin. They also work across rooms and floors. So when you use a coffin, the fallen player will revive instantly from that coffin, as you can see. Okay, that's pretty cool. Alright, so new dungeon browser tab. Play dungeons. You can now see a list of the dungeons that you have played in the dungeon browser, sorted from newest to oldest. That is very handy to have. Looking forward to check it out on tonight's stream. Okay, new dungeon browser tab, liked dungeons. You can now see a list of the dungeons that you have liked in a dungeon browser, sorted from newest to oldest. That's also very handy, actually. Very cool. Let's see. Disable combat music in the settings. One person raised this stays in the combat music that plays in rooms that uses the kill all enemies condition. Unfortunately, because we don't have the budget to redo or make it based on the dungeon theme, I decided to add an option to simply disable in the settings. I can understand people don't like the fighting theme in a dungeon, so they added the combat theme music, ignore, which is a new function. And I'm eepy, so I gotta go sleepy. Well, they did work really hard on this for the big update, so here it is. With that being said, guys, let's go ahead and get started. So we're gonna go on with the first one to check out. So here it is. Well, let's go ahead and enter the dungeon. Here we are. Okay, we're starting off with this theme. All right, so let's make this bigger. All right. So a new function was added, which is called one condition. So if we put it down the chest, oh, I like this new tab looks. Looks like they added these to make it look a lot better. Nice. Alright. So we put this. We have a function here. When one square true form room appears. So this is a new function they added. So if we on a button here, pressure plate, we'll use the shape that matches. Oh. Oh, I forgot to click this one. Okay. Now we're gonna copy this. Alright, so what will happen is if we press 1 here, the chest will appear. However, if we press this again, the chest will disappear. Allow me to review this again. So press down the button, the chest appears. Press down again, it'll disappear. Kind of a requirement. If you don't want to press that button again, the chest will disappear again. Like some sort of a puzzle, like a very complicated puzzle to solve, or to avoid obstacles in a way of not pressing the button again to force the chest to disappear. Kind of something like that. But I'm looking forward to explore more ideas of how complicated things can be. Well, that's not much to talk about it, guys. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. So the next one is this. So here it is. We're gonna dig a new room. Sorry, I'm a little sick today for some reason, but I'm fine regardless. So if we go here, there's a new variant. Oops. Okay. We're gonna dig here. Then we're gonna give ourselves a shovel. Alright, time for a little demonstration. Okay, now we dig. Oh, right. We need to make a room below. Apologies. Okay. Alright, let's test it out. And just like that, guys, you can actually go to a different room. That's pretty cool, actually. Kind of beats the purpose of my old dungeon, which everybody liked. So, bottom line, dig a hole, go to the next room below, or it could be also used as a trap that people try to go through the next hole and then they end up getting taking damage or die in the process. Like a kind of a gambling thing. Well, it's up to them. Alright guys, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. We got tip number 3, so here it is. Well, not exactly what I expected, but I think we already did number 3. But apologies. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. I probably wasn't paying attention too much about it. But anyways, let's go ahead and move on to the rings. So first of all, if we want to go here, we're going to go with ringless. Make sure you put on ringless in order for people to use your rings in this dungeon. With that being said, we should find the rings here. There it is. So this is actually a new feature. So you can either use the ring box or the big ring box, but we're gonna settle with this ring box for the time being. So whichever ring that you've with all the rings that you've unlocked, you can actually select any rings whatsoever here, and it has the same uses. Like For example, fire ring protects against burning. Charge ring. Let's put down the charge ring here. But first, a little demonstration. This is a slow charging. Okay. Now we got this ring. Oh, we have to equip the ring. Okay. And just like that, the ring has been equipped. Okay, so that's all there is to it. So let's go ahead and move on to the last one. So here it is. Now we should bring a buddy here. So in order to do that, I think I can do this from here. Okay. So it's gonna be 2 players. Alright. I wonder if we can actually bring another player here. Well, we have to bring another player. So let's go ahead and bring another player real quick. Still Halloween theme for a month, so keep that in mind. Okay. Let's bring him along. I'm still not using this. Used to use 2 controllers at once. It's a little tedious, but I'm starting to get a bit of a hang of this. Okay. Okay. Wait. Trying to... This is very complicated. Trying to oh, here we go. Give me a moment, guys. It's a little complicated controlling 2 things at once. How do I do this? Okay. Alright, here we go. Alright, so next we're gonna find the coffin. Of course I made a mistake of redoing this. Okay. Here it is. So the coffin is right here. We're gonna change this to permadeath. As you can see, it's a new function right here. So in order for it to work, we need someone to take damage. Alright. So let him take damage. It's so hard to control two people at once. Not familiar with the function. Alright, so now, oh, it looks like the coffin started to wobble. Which means, free him. And after you free him, he gets full health once again. Well, that's a pretty cool feature to have. Could be useful for like permadeath situations, like in a big dungeon area, trying to solve puzzles and try to revive your friend again. With certain limits, of course. Well, I think that'll be it for now, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video of my suffering, my presentation, trying to make things right. I try my best, of course, but nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoyed this update. So thank you guys for watching. Remember, this game is available on Steam for just $20, and if you're not sure this game is right for you, try the demo out. You'll like it for sure. Alright guys, I'll see you in my next video, so take care and enjoy the rest of the day.